Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, going to be talking through some MLB player props I like for today on Prizepicks for Sunday, July the 17th. We got a pretty big slate of Sunday games. It is Sunday, so that is, a day that where most of the games today, pretty much all the games are going to be in the afternoon. First game of the day starts at 12 o'clock Eastern time, so just afternoon, and then the last game of the day is going to be at 4:10 Eastern time. So there's no Sunday night baseball this Sunday. This is actually our last slate of games before the All-Star break. Normally, I don't upload on Sundays just because there is a lot of day games, and I just kind of don't choose to upload those days. But I wanted to get a video up for today since this is our last, slate before the All-Star break. There's going to be no games until Thursday of next week. Monday's the Home Run Derby. Tuesday is the All-Star game. There's no games Wednesday, and then we come back Thursday. I think there's like 5 or 6 games on Thursday. So I wanted to make a video for today, talking through some props I like for Sunday. Before we get started, guys, talking through our plays for today, we can recap the plays that we gave out in Saturday's video. And Saturday wasn't a bad day. Did not get a clean sweep, sadly. Gave out 3 plays Saturday, went 2-1. Missed out on the Rockies and Pirates first inning prop. We took the over 0.5 first inning runs allowed in that game, and sadly, it was a really low scoring game between the Rockies and Pirates. And I thought, in Coors Field, with it being 95 degrees, with the total in that game being so high, I think it was it closed with like a 12 or 12.5 implied run total in that game. I thought we were going to get a lot of runs scored in that Rockies game, in that Coors game, and that just wasn't the case. I think the final score was literally 2-0. It was a very low scoring game. No runs were scored in the first inning, and we took the over on that. So that play was the one that did miss, but our 2 pitcher props both hit, and they hit fairly easily. We took the over on 42.5 fantasy score for Justin Verlander, and Justin Verlander pitched a great game. I think he went 6 innings, had like 10 strikeouts, got a quality start, got a win as well, finished with 58 fantasy points. And then we took the over on Julio Urias fantasy points, and he also pitched a great game. I think he went 7 innings, had 8 strikeouts, only gave up 1 run, got a quality start, got the win, finished with 52 fantasy points when we needed 37 from him. So our 2 pitcher props hit. Sadly, the Yurfie and the Coors game did not hit, but it was still a solid day. Hopefully you guys made some money on Saturday, and let's try and close out the All-Star break with another win today. So before we get started talking through our plays for Sunday, guys, hit that like button. I always appreciate you guys checking out these videos every day. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And also, if you are new to Prizepicks and you have not signed up for Prizepicks yet, make sure to get over there, sign up, and use promo code NOAH. When you do sign up with my promo code, Prizepicks will match your first deposit up to $100. And you can take a look at all the props that Prizepicks has available right now for Sunday's games. Obviously, as we do get closer to the start of the games on Sunday, they will add even more props to the board. I always make these videos the night before. I'm making this video Saturday night, so their full board is not posted right now, but they'll start to add even more props as we get closer to the start of the games. They have a lot of other props as well outside of just MLB. So if you like to dabble into other sports, PGA, WNBA, NASCAR, Summer League, the basketball tournaments going on right now. Not something that I really follow, but if you're into that, like Prizepicks offers player props for that. So definitely get over there, sign up, use code NOAH, and get your first deposit matched up to $100. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and talk through the 3 plays I like for Sunday's slate, and we're going to be focusing on strikeout props for today. All 3 of the plays I like for today are going to be strikeout props. First play that I like is going to be coming from the first game of the day. The Blue Jays and Royals game starts at 12:05 Eastern time. We're going to be taking the over on Jose Barrios strikeouts, going over 5.5. I like this play a lot, especially because of this matchup that Barrios gets against the Royals. Now, the Royals, on the season, they're actually not a team that really strikes out much. If you look at where they rank this year versus right-handed pitching in terms of K rate, Kansas City is 21st, so they have just a 21.3% K rate. But it is worth noting that this series is being played in Toronto, and with Toronto's vaccine mandates, if you're not vaccinated, you can't you're not allowed to go into Toronto. So there are a couple of guys, I think it's like 3 guys for Toronto or for Kansas City that are not playing right now. So the Kansas City Royals are running out a really watered down lineup. They had to call up some guys from the minors, Prado, Eaton, and Rivero. I think all 3 of those guys got called up from the minors to just to play in this series, just to kind of fill the void. Actually, I think I can pull it up in the bench and see who's actually not. Okay, so maybe not. I can't really see who's missing right now, but there's 3 guys. There's 3 starters that are out right now for Kansas City, and they had to call up these guys from the minors. And these guys so far, it's a small sample size. They haven't played a ton of games, but in the 6 plate appearances that Prado's gotten, he's got a 33% K rate, and the 6 plate appearances against righties that Eaton he's got a 33% K rate. Rivero's got he struck out 50% of the time. He's had 10 plate appearances. He's had 5 Ks in those 10 plate appearances. And then there's some other guys like Ryan O'Hearn strikes out a lot. Rivera strikes out a lot. Even Bobby Witt and Olivares, they have K rates above 20%. So this is definitely a Royals lineup that does have more strikeouts in it right now. And Barrios, he's not an elite strikeout pitcher by any means, but he does have a 20.7% K rate. He is coming off one of his best starts of the season against the Phillies where he did get 13 strikeouts. And we've seen Barrios have these big games, these big strikeout games. He had 13 Ks against the Phillies in his last start. He had 13 Ks earlier this season against the Twins. Like, Barrios has got decent stuff. He's got a curveball that he can get a lot of chases on, that he can get a lot of swings and misses on. He's also pitched a lot better at home this season. He's just kind of always been that way, even when he was with the Twins. I know he was a guy that always pitched better at home, so I like the matchup quite a bit for Barrios today. This Royals team, with how watered down their lineup is right now, they definitely will strike out more. And this is a spot where Barrios should be able to get us 6 Ks. I do like the over on his 5.5 strikeouts for today. That's going to be our first prop that we take. And then our next prop, we're going to go down to the Phillies and Marlins game. Like this one quite a bit, over 6.5 strikeouts for Aaron Nola. Really good matchup here for Aaron Nola going up against the Marlins. The Marlins, they continue to be a team that I look to attack with pitchers. I always look to take pitcher props against the Marlins whenever the spot's right, whenever the line's right. And I think this 6.5 strikeout prop for Nola is a little bit too low. I think we might see it get bumped up to 7 just because this is a matchup where Nola can get Ks. Obviously, Aaron Nola is an elite pitcher. He gets a lot of strikeouts. So far on the season, the Marlins, their K rate against right-handed pitching, it's about middle of the pack, 22.3%. When you look at their lineup individually, they do have a lot of guys in this lineup that will strike out. Really, the only hitters that don't strike out are Joey Wendell. He's a really tough guy to K, only has a 9.5% K rate this season. And then Miguel Rojas at the bottom of the lineup, he's a tough guy to strike out. He just has an 11% K rate. Every other hitter in their projected lineup has a K rate above 20%. And guys like Jorge Soler, 28%, Brian Anderson, 27%. Those guys strike out quite a bit. Nola this season has a 27.7% K rate. His K rate against righties is also a little bit higher, and it is worth noting that this Marlins lineup is very right-handed heavy. The only lefty in their projected lineup is Joey Wendell. Likely we're going to see 8 righties for Miami today, and Nola this season against righties has a 29.7% K rate compared to 25.5% against lefties. So the matchup's really good against the Marlins. This is a spot where Nola should be able to get strikeouts. He's a really good strikeout pitcher. I want to say that he has faced the Marlins once this season. I think he went just under this K prop. Yeah, he went 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. So last time he faced the Marlins, he finished with 6 Ks. I think today we can get 7 from Nola, and I do like his over 6.5 Ks. I like the matchup against Miami. Miami, again, they're just a weak offense. They do strike out a decent amount, and they're a right-handed heavy lineup as well, which I think does set up well for Nola, given his strikeout rate is a little bit higher against righties compared to lefties. But then our final play of the day is going to also be in this game. Is going to be on the other side. We're going to be taking an under. We're going to be taking the under 5.5 strikeouts for Trevor Rogers. I think this line is a little bit too low for Rogers. I would not be surprised if you see this line get bumped down to 5, just because this is a line that Rogers has not gone over much at all this season. He's made, I think, 17 starts this year so far for the Marlins. Yeah, he's made 17 starts. He only has 6 strikeouts, so he's only gone over this line in 3 out of 17 starts this season. He had 7 strikeouts in his most recent start, but that was against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, the Pirates, they're one of the highest K teams in the league. He did have 7 strikeouts against the Mets earlier this year, which is a little bit weird just because the Mets they are a team that doesn't strike out much. It was kind of odd to see Rogers get 7 Ks in that spot. And then he did face I think he faced the Brewers as well. Let me see. The game log just went away. So he faced Milwaukee, and he had 8 strikeouts against Milwaukee early this year. But again, he's made 17 starts. 14 out of 17 starts this year, Rogers has 5 Ks or less. So I feel pretty confident that he can go under this 5.5 K line. I don't see him getting 6 strikeouts here. This is not a matchup that sets up too well for strikeouts. So far this year, when you look at where the Phillies rank versus left-handed pitching, on the season, they're about middle of the pack. They rank 16th in K rate. But when you look over their last 30 days, the Phillies have really been able to limit the strikeouts. So far, over the last 30 days, they have the second lowest K rate against lefties, just a 17.2% K rate, which is tied for second to last. It's a team that just doesn't strike out versus lefties, or at least they haven't been lately. over their last 14 days, the Phillies, they're bottom 10. They, just an 18.8% K rate. And over their last 7 days, this is something I saw that was interesting as well. They actually have the lowest K rate in the league, just 11.1%. Obviously, it's a small sample size, but Philly has not been striking out much lately versus lefties. On the season, they're about middle of the pack in K rate, but lately they've really lowered their strikeout rate. Rogers, he's not like a terrible strikeout pitcher. He can definitely get Ks. On the year, he's got a 20.9% K rate. But I think this 5.5 line is too high. I think it should be probably 5, if not 4.5. I think it's likely that Rogers finishes with 5 Ks or less. He's finished with 5 Ks or less in a majority of his starts this season. Another thing that I saw that was interesting is that he has faced the Phillies twice this year, and the Phillies have beat him up bad. He faced the Phillies in his second start of the season. He gave up 4 hits, 7 runs, had 3 strikeouts through just 1 2/3 innings. So struggled in that start. And then his most recent start against the Phillies on June 14th, he only pitched 3 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. I think just this line's a little bit too high. I think Rogers pretty likely to get less than 6 Ks here. And if he does get 6 Ks or 7 Ks, then so be it. But with how often he's gone under this line this season, with how little the Phillies have been striking out versus lefties lately, I'll bank on Rogers getting 5 Ks or less today, and I think more times than not he goes under this prop. So this is what I'm liking for Sunday's slate, guys. Again, this is our final slate before the All-Star break, so there are once again no games until Thursday of next week. So I probably won't have any videos on the channel until Thursday, until the All-Star break ends. So we'll see you guys next week, probably Thursday. If not Thursday, I'll definitely have a video up for Friday's slate. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I hope it did help. If you enjoyed, hit that like button before you do get out of here. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. Also, get over to Prizepicks. As we mentioned at the beginning of the video, you can sign up for Prizepicks and use my promo code NOAH. Prizepicks will match your first deposit up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. And one more thing, if you enjoy these YouTube videos, if they help you out a lot, you want to get more content from me, you want to get more Prizepicks plays from me, I provide those over on Patreon. If you're interested in checking out the Patreon, it's linked down below in the description. You can check that out if it does interest you. But good luck today, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys, next Thursday or next Friday once the All-Star break is over. Enjoy the break, and we'll see you guys next week. But good luck today. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.